Hello student of class 7. Once again I'm Sudhi and welcome back to my video. In today's video I will show you the next part of the solutions of exercise 7.2 of chapter number 7, congruency of triangles. So here we have question number 7. In question number 7 it is asking us to draw a square sheet. Means in a square sheet draw two triangles of equal area such that Roman number 1, the triangles are congruent, and Roman number 2, the triangles are not congruent. So again, what we can say about the perimeters. Okay, so my dear student, about the perimeters that you have to think of yourself, I'm going to give you the two diagrams of these Roman number 1 and Roman number 2 separately in different slides. So now in this slide I will show you the solution of Roman number 1. Here what we have to do in Roman number 1 is that we have to take a square sheet and we have to draw two triangles which are having the triangles equal area. Okay, so let us see how we could do in the solution 1. So we have a square sheet here. In this square sheet, let us divide the square into smaller square units again in this way. Then we draw one line in such a way that the square sheet is divided into two equal triangles, and also they will have the equal areas. And then I give the name A, B, C, D of the square sheet, and also the triangles as ABC and DAC. Okay, DCA, ABC and DCA. I have given two triangles here. In this triangle, two triangles, you can see that angle B is equal to angle D. As you know that they are the 90 degree each for the angle of the square. You know that, isn't it? Then let us start the proof here. In area of triangle ABC, that is equal to half of base into altitude. You know that the area of a triangle is half base into altitude. Now base, what is the base of this ABC? Base will be BC here. Okay, clear. And altitude will be AB, height of the triangle. Altitude means height of the triangle. AB is the altitude and BC is the base here. So the area of a triangle, the formula is half into base into altitude. That is, base is BC and altitude is AB here. And next what we have is that let us uh, replace the value. See, half will be half as it is, but VC, how much the VC units here, how many square units are here? 1 2 3 4 4 square units are there. And AB also, how many units are there? 1 2 3 4. We got four square units. It's since the seats was a square seat, isn't it? So, and it was divided into equal square unit again. So we get this 4 on the horizontal and 4 on verticals. Four square unit on horizontal and 4 square unit on in verticals. Okay, we get the square unit in such a way in this square sheet. Now next is that the area of the triangle ABC is getting as 8 square units here. You can see that if you cancel this 4 and 2, you get 2 you will get 2 here, and 2 and 4, if you multiply you get 8 here square unit. Otherwise 4 4 is 16. 4 4 is 16 is going to divide by 2, then you are going 8, and 8 is the square unit. 8 square unit is the area of the triangle ABC, and also this value 8 must have the square unit, means the unit of the area is square. Okay, next, area of DCA, another triangle you can see here, DCA. This DCA will have the area how much? Let us see, that is equal to half into base into altitude. Its base will be DC. Let us take this, DC is the base and DA is the altitude here. So DC, how much the DC is 4 square unit, and DA also 4 square units. So 4 into 4 square units, that means half into 4 into 4 square unit, that means it is also getting 8 square unit. So from here we can find out that the area of the two triangles are same. That is, therefore the area of the two triangles ABC is equal to area of the triangle DCA. Once again, therefore, area of the triangle ABC is equal to area of the triangle DCA. And in this two triangle ABC and DCA, we have that AB is equal to CD, since they are the sides of a square. Side of the square are always equal, isn't it? Yes. Then angle B is equal to angle D. Angle B and angle D are same here. Once again, angle B and angle D are same as already mentioned in the beginning, isn't it? Yes. Why? They are 90 degree each. That means they are the angle of square, isn't it? Then next we have AC is equal to AC. AC and AC will same because this side is a common side of the two triangles, so common side is always same, and this also the hypotenuse of the two triangles. The two triangles are right angle triangle, as you know that, isn't it? They are the triangle which is made out of the square sides. Therefore, the two triangle are right angle triangle, and therefore AC is the hypotenuse, and both these triangle have this common hypotenuse, that is AC is the hypotenuse. Okay, that means we have got that right angles are same, hypotenuse are also same, and one side also same there. That means these two triangle ABC and DCA are congruent triangle. Yes, therefore triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DCA by RHS congruence criterion. Means right angle, hypotenuse, and side. Okay, congruent criterion says that these two triangles are congruent. Then we can understand these congruent triangles are having equal areas. In this case, we can find that these two congruent triangles are having equal area. But in Roman number 2, we are going to prove that the triangles will not have, the triangles having the same area will not be congruent. Okay, clear? So this is the answer of the Roman number 1, and the proof of this Roman number 1 that the two triangles having same area are congruent. Okay, then next let us go to Roman number 2. In Roman number 2 of the same question, we have like this. We have to take the same square set and we have to draw the same way we have done in Roman number 1 as in Roman number 2 also. So here we have the solution of Roman number 2 here like this. So we take the same square set and we draw the square units again. Then I just draw one triangle, that is triangle ABC. Okay, triangle ABC, and another triangle you can find here, angle DBC, angle DVC. Okay, yes. So let us see how we can prove these two triangles are having same area but they are not congruent. Okay, let us see. Yes, and also I just draw one of the line in dotted line, that is the altitude of the triangle DBC. Okay, yes. Now let us see how we can prove. Area of a triangle ABC will be half into base into altitude. That will same, that is 4 into 4 square unit, and it is 8 square unit. Again, the area of triangle DBC. The area of triangle DBC, it also will get half base into altitude. So what is the base here? Base will be BC, and the line drawn here DL is the altitude. So the line where the foot of the altitude falls is called base. So this base is BC now here, and then you can see that DL. So how much the DL? Let's see how much we are getting this area. That means half into 4 into 4. You see here the base BC also used to have 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4 units, and the height, that is altitude, DL will also have 1, 2, 3, 4 units are there. That means 4 into 4, then again it's getting 8 square unit as the area of DBC. Now that means from this we have that, or we found that the two triangles are having same area here, isn't it? Then let us see the next proof, that therefore the area of the triangle ABC is equal to the area of the triangle DBC now. Then next, in the triangle ABC and triangle DBC, we have that therefore triangle ABC and triangle DBC are not congruent triangles. Then we can understand that this not congruent triangles are also having equal area. See, we have no any criterion to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So these two triangles are not congruent, as you can see here also, isn't it? So my dear student, so the triangle which are not congruent also will have equal area. Understand means it is not that the triangle which are having equal areas are always congruent. Okay, clear? So this is the point to understand in this question. So let us go to the next question. Question number 8 we have. Okay. Yeah, next question number 8. In question number 8 is saying that draw a rough sketch of two triangles such that they have 5 pairs of congruent parts, but still the triangles are not congruent. So let us see. Yes, you can see here the two given diagrams is the rough sketch of the two triangles having 5 pairs of congruent parts. Yes. Then, yes, in some special cases, which depend on the length of the side of the size, the length of the side and the size of the angle involved, SSA is not enough to show congruency criterion, okay, or congruency theory. However, it is not always enough. Consider the following triangle. Then here, the side AB is congruent to DE. The side AB is congruent to DB. And side AC is congruent to side DF, okay. But angle C is congruent to angle A. Angle C is equal to angle F here. Angle C is equal to angle F here. Then we have like this, but the triangle are not congruent as we can see here. See, even though they have a pair of congruent parts, but these two triangles, by observing also, we are not able to find any congruent textures of these two triangles, even though they have a congruent pairs. Because even though they have the congruent elements or congruent parts of these two triangles, but if the congruent part is not able to satisfy or hold the congruent criterion, then the two triangle is not congruent. That is only the answer what we have in question number 8. Okay, and let us go to question number 9. We have question number 9. In question number 9, we have like this. If triangle ABC and triangle PQR to be congruent, name one distant pair of corresponding path. What criterion did you use? So let us see. The given diagram is given here. ABC and yeah, PQR here. So in the solution, let us see. In order to prove that triangle ABC is congruent to PQR, the additional pair of the corresponding part are named as BC and QR. BC and QR. You see a BC and QR. BC and QRs are the additional part. To take that, to prove these two triangles are congruent. For example, you see this angle B is equal to angle Q, already given in the diagram, means in the question itself. And angle C and angle R are equal. So two angles are equal here in these two triangles, isn't it? Two angles of a triangle is equal to the another two triangles of the other triangle. Once again, two angles of a triangle is equal to the two angles of the another triangle here. And one more thing we need to get from there or to have from them is BC and QR, which is the included side, so that it can hold a criterion. What is the criterion? ASA criterion. Angle, side angle. Angle, side angle, isn't it? So the additional corresponding parts to take, okay, to hold one criterion to prove these two are congruent is or are BC and QR. Okay, BC and QR must be equal. They must be equal. Okay, and they are the included sides. And then we can get one criterion. What is that? Let us see. So we use the criterion angle side angle rules of congruence to prove these two angles, these two triangles are congruent. Okay. Now let's go to next question. And the next question we have Question number 10. In question number 10, explain why triangle ABC is congruent to triangle FED, and the given diagram is here. So these two diagrams ABC and triangle FED have to be proved that they are congruent, and we have to explain it. Okay, so let us start now. In the solution we have like this. In the triangle ABC and FED, triangle B is equal to triangle E. You can see given here the symbol, you see equal symbol means they are equal. Okay, angle B is equal to angle E, and next we have angle A is equal to angle F. You can see the symbols given here is given in the diagram itself, isn't it? Then again we have angle C. So here we have that angle C is equal to angle D. One thing that angle C and angle D are not telling anything, but here I am showing you that angle C and angle D are same. Why it is same? I am just giving you here, my dear student, look carefully here. Since if two corresponding angles of the two triangles are equal, BE same, AF same. So if two angles are same, then what happen? The remaining third angles, that means their third corresponding angles are also equal. C and D are the another corresponding angles of the triangles. So since two triangles are already corresponding to one another and equal to one another, then the third angle is also equal. So this point you have to remember that why angle C and D are equal, it is being third angle. Once again, being third angle. Okay, there is one theory or one fact is there that sum of three angle is always 180 degree. So little idea have to be diverted on that when you are thinking that why angle C and angle D are same. See, angle C and angle D are third angles. Being third angle of the triangles, they are equal and also corresponding. Okay, so that's why angle C is equal to angle D now. It means all the angles of the triangles are same. And now only last thing is we have to prove with a criterion that they are congruent or not. Clear? Then next C. Also BC is equal to ED. BC is equal to ED. It is given there BC is equal to ED. That means you can have one criterion that angle B is equal to angle E, angle C is equal to angle D, and the side BC and side D are also equal, and this side now become the included side of the two equal angles of the triangles. Yes, now we have finally it implies that triangle ABC and angle DEF are congruent by angle side angle SASA angle side angle ASA congruent criterion. ASA. Now we have proved already that this triangle C and D are also congruent as well as equal, being third angle of the triangles, isn't it? See, after two angles are already same and congruent, the third angle also must be equal and congruent. That formula, that theory we have already studied and will study more again in high classes also. But you must understand that if two angles are equal, then third angle also must be equal. That's all. Clear? So we have the criterion and I want to prove that these two triangle ABC and DEF are also congruent with one criterion, that is angle side angle. Okay, so this is the answer for question number 10, and with this we have already completed the chapter number 7 as well as the exercise of this chapter also. So now let us look at other point of this chapter, that is lesson at glance. Okay, yeah. So one more point here, since angle, yeah, already given here, angle B is equal to angle E, angle D is equal to angle C, or angle C is equal to angle D. Okay, and BC is equal to ED. For this we can apply this angle side angle. Okay, why? Because this side is that side of the two equal angles of the triangles. That's all. And now let us go to the next part of this chapter. Chapter is already been completed here. Now let us have a lesson at glance. Now at lesson at glance, my dear student, please look carefully and listen carefully here. I will read out for you. First one is that congruent objects are exact copies of one another. The method of superposition examines the congruence of plane figures. Superposition is if you keep something upon the other, okay, then we can find out that exactly the size or the figure is same as one another, isn't it? Then third one, two plane figures say that f1 and f2 are congruent if the trace copy of f1 fits exactly on the trace copy of f2, and we write this as f1 is congruent to f2. The symbol you should understand, okay? Congruency symbol, okay? Then fourth, we have two line segments says AB and CD are congruent if they have equal length. We write this as AB is congruent to CD. However, it is common to write it as AB is equal to CD. Yes, we write AB is equal to CD when they have the same length. But if it is want to write in congruent, we can say that equal to also congruent. Means congruent means equal. Okay. Next, 5 we have two angles says angle ABC and angle PQ are congruent if their measures are equal. We write this as angle ABC is congruent to angle PQR or S. Measurement angle ABC is equal to measurement angle PQR. So in place of this equal, we write the congruent in the congruency of the triangles. Okay. Then, however, in practice, it is common to write as triangle ABC is equal to triangle PQR. So in practically in common we write like this, but in congruency we follow this symbol, congruency symbol. Okay. Next, we have 6 SS congruency of two triangles. So the criterion called SS. Let us see what is this SS. Under a given correspondence, two triangles are congruent if the three sides of one triangle are equal to the three sides of the other. Yes. Next, we have AS congruence of two triangles. That means if two sides and included angles are congruent. Let us see. Under a given correspondence, two triangles are congruent if two sides and angle included between them in one of the triangles are equal to the corresponding sides and the angle included between them of the other triangles. Okay, means the angles should be formed by the two equal sides, two corresponding sides. Okay, next. Next, also we'll continue with the lesson at glance. That is ASA congruence of the triangles. And what is that? Let's see. Under a given correspondence, two triangles are congruent if two angles and one side included between them in one of the triangles are equal to the corresponding angles and the side included between them of the other triangles. Means if two angles of a triangle is equal to the two angles of the another triangle and also their included sides are equal among them, then we can prove that, we can say that the two given triangles are congruent by ASA, means angle side angle. Okay, then next we have 9 RSS congruence of the two right angle triangle. And if you find that two right angle triangles are there and some congruent points or congruent or corresponding elements are equal, like what are the corresponding sides or corresponding points or corresponding elements that will be equal in the right angle triangle. Let us see. That is, under a given correspondence, two right angle triangles are congruent if the hypotenuse and the leg of one of the triangle are also equal to the hypotenuse of the corresponding leg and the other triangle. Then the two triangles, that is right angle triangle, the two right angle triangles are said to be congruent triangles by the criterion RSS. Means the two right angles. Right angle triangle means both will have the right angles, they will be same. Okay, hypotenuse, if the hypotenuse are also same, and if one of the sides are same among two right angle triangles, then these two right angle triangles are congruent right angle triangle. Okay, next point we have then. So there is no such things that AAA congruence of two triangles. So when three angles are equal, the triangle should be congruent. It is not there at all. Okay, clear? There is no any criterion of the congruency called AAA. Okay, means two triangles with equal corresponding angles need not be congruent in such correspondence. One of them can be an enlarged copy of the other. They would be congruent only if they exactly copies of the other. That's only okay. So these are the few points of the lessons to understand and to remember and go with the lesson. Okay. So my dear student, with this I come to the conclusion of today's sessions, and we'll meet again in next video. Till then, have a nice day all of you, and take good care of you. Thank you once again for watching my video. Till then, goodbye.